guys, Nicole here, and I am going to show you guys some layouts. The first group here are a bunch of layouts I made for Get It Scrapped, and then one random one. But these first few will be from Get It Scrapped, or that I did for their blog. And if you haven't ever checked them out before, they have so much content on their website that's free. Like, they have a blog with multiple topics, lots of layout ideas and examples, and I'm lucky enough to be able to scrapbook for that. And so I also, of course, have taken their classes, their paid classes for years, and just really, really good content. So if you get a chance, just check out at least their free content on their website and check out all the really cool designers that they have and stories and challenges and different things like that. It's just a really good website. So these first few are some layouts I made for that. And so these are on their blog and from over the past 7 months maybe. And the stories and stuff, they always explain the story of the layout and then kind of what the challenge was that we were doing. So I can't remember all of them specifically. It's some of these, it's been a few months. I know this one was the quart gallon pint thing, as far as when you're designing and using color. And I just made this for that, and just a layout about my daughter's cleaning windows, getting ready for company to come over, and how it was really cute that one had like rain boots on and one had pajamas on, and it was just kind of a funny picture. And so I scrapbooked that for that, and that's using looks like mostly Dear Lizzie. I think it's almost all Dear Lizzie except for that. That's like an older tag. So this one is mostly all Amy Tan or Amy Tangerine, and it's about scrapbooking about food. And so I just chose a scrapbook about a favorite cucumber salsa I make, and I just loved the bright colors and took advantage of the colors that were in the photo. And then I did like one larger photo of the actual food itself and then two smaller photos of me preparing it, and then just kind of did a diagonal using a lot of little puffy shapes and some stickers and thickers and some of these really fun rubber embellishments. And then this one for the life of me, I can't remember what, oh no, this was for, they had a Christmas kind of like ongoing class that they did on their Facebook page. And so I had done this for that, talking about the kind of the result of the hard work that you do to prepare for the Christmas holiday. And this was in the terms of a present that was given that ended up being like one of the most special moments I've ever had as a mom. And so I scrapbooked that and just love how this turned out. This one was, I think, a sketch, and it was kind of focused on, building in white space. Not my favorite, and as far as how I did it, I'm not loving this middle section here. And it was one of those things where I was probably a little too close to deadline, and I just said, I've done this area twice, I'm calling it good. And it's fine, like it tells an awesome story, but I still might kind of go back and rework this a little bit. Like I feel like this maybe needs to be typed or something, and this needs to be an acetate so it doesn't completely cover up part of the journaling. I just need to rework that a little bit. So I might just pull this out and do it. But other than that, I love this style. I love having these kind of what you envision as being spaces there. And some of the things just coming off the page. And the story is an awesome story about my youngest daughter. So I love this layout. I just think I need to rework this a little bit. Maybe do some splattering or something on it and rework that a little bit. But it's okay. Sometimes it takes you a while to get it right. And none of us are going to have perfect layouts all the time. And that was the one that didn't end up perfect. Even when it went to, which it's fine. Like it's fine. But personally, I still want to make a couple changes to it. This one I absolutely love. It was about scrapbooking. Starting with a story, and so which is completely opposite of what I do. I usually start with a photo, tell the story with a photo, or I start with product and then pick photos and then go from there. And so that was a really fun process for me. So I usually journal last, and so I had to journal first and then go from there. So that was fun. And so this was a couple months ago, I think. So I think it was maybe on their January blog, about starting with the story first. And so love how this one turned out. All the elements of the layout help piece together the story that I told. So that was really a fun process for me. It took me longer, but was a really fun process. This one was just on the site last week, I think. And it was about limiting yourself in the area of color, whether it be tones or values or actual colors that you're using. And so I chose to go with like the value of the colors. So the background paper is a very light color of this aqua, and I just upped it a little bit to a darker value and then kept everything else in that similar value. As far as it's richer, it's brighter, and then it all contrasts very nicely with this background paper. But it kind of follows that same feel as the black does. It's just a very dark, stark color, contrasting with that background. So this is one of my favorite layouts. I love how this turned out, and really it's just a funny picture too. I just love it. I love Snapchat. Snapchat provides us lots of fun photos. This was one, I'm guessing this is the February one, that was about using a larger shape as your background that helps tell the story. And so I did the obvious thing. Sometimes, I'm not always the most creative. So I went with a heart because I really wanted to play with this new crepe paper Valentine's line. And so I had a heart template that was larger and decided to trace it on a couple different pieces of pattern paper and just use that as a big background piece. So love how that turned out. That was a lot of fun. I love the colors. I love that yellow in there. That was just a lot of fun, and it was perfect because her sweatshirt had some yellow and the aqua in there along with the lighter pink, so that worked out perfect. This one was not for Get It Scrapped. This one was like a random one that I did, I think just for fun. I think I started with maybe a kit from my Kit Love series, and then I ended up pulling in a bunch of other product to finish it, and so I kind of didn't know what pile to put it in when it came to sharing it. And so it was just a really fun, my daughter is just silly, and so I had some fun with some of the colors, and I think it was from a Jen Scow sketch from I think Ready Sketch Go. I think it's just using half of, or cutting out pieces of 6x6 pattern papers and then piecing it together to create a square. And I did that using what I had left of a 6x6 pad, and then just did a bunch of other fun embellishing. So there's that. Okay, so now I have a lot of layouts from my scrapbook weekend, and almost all of them are actually from Disney, my most current trip. I went ahead and just took all that stuff with me, and now that I have it out and kind of organized, now I'm kind of ready to then go and finish my last album, because I just have it all now in a good place, but got a ton done. So I'm really excited to start to get those albums out and start getting them filled. So I'm just gonna trek through them here. And I just went through all of these and got them all marked for Calvin Ball. If you guys don't know what Calvin Ball is, it is a contest, just fun thing that Get It Scrapped does. And it's basically where the rules keep changing, but you get to track your own point system based on how many layouts you do and different elements that you use on your layouts, different social media things that you do, posting on other people's pages. So you can build up all these points, and it's just a fun contest. So if you are interested, go check it out. Just go to their forum, and they have a whole Calvin Ball section, and they have really great explanations, and it's super fun. So I got me 400 points, and I probably didn't even get them all really tracked because it was too overwhelming to go through them all. But I just did that, and now I wanted to show you guys the layouts I made and then get them put into the Disney album. So this is one that I made, and I used a variety of different lines. I think, let's see, I'm going to forget them all. I know I worked with, I combined a whole bunch of hip kits, like maybe 3 months worth, which I did end up canceling, sadly. Although I got one in the mail, so I'm not for sure. I wonder if it was just one that was already paid for, but, I went ahead and canceled just because I love great kit, but I just kept getting a lot of stuff I already had, and I felt like I don't need to. 1 second. What? Okay, sorry about that. And so I just mixed together like a whole bunch of hip kits. Oh, I was talking about how I canceled it. I just felt like I have too much product and I shop. I don't need, like, I get it if I didn't shop at all, it would be nice to get a kit every month just to have something new to play with, but I shop all the time. Like, let's just face it, I just do online or whatever, and so I don't need more product, especially when like half of it was at least stuff I already had. And so, but it did give me a chance to play with some collection pieces in a different way than with the actual collection, so that was fun. Anyway, so I'm not going to always like remember where all these are from. Some I will, some I won't. Like right now I'm looking at this and I can't for the life of me tell you where these papers are from. And that's okay. If there's a specific one you really need to know, let me know and I can look it up for you. I love how this one turned out. I love the ombre background. I use this really pretty floral paper. I did use some washi. I had some princess washi that was fun to use, and some stickers. I did, basically the way I'm approaching my Disney pictures is I have some Disney themed product, mostly like Echo Park or Simple Stories. That's more that red, yellow, black, white. And then I have like clear, a whole bunch of stuff from those lines. And then I have, and so then that's kind of like my kind of core area that I'm pulling from when I want something that's Disney specific. But then for the most part, I'm just scrapbooking with brighter, colorful Disney type, color type lines, which really is most scrapbook lines, honestly. Like, Maggie Holmes works for the princess ones. You have kind of the summery themed ones for just your brighter colors. So I'm just not limiting myself, but I have that core kit that I'm pulling from as I find something that is Disney specific, but also matches the current collection that I'm playing with or products that I'm working with for that particular layout, if that makes sense. And so every so often you'll see like a random Disney themed item show up on a page, and sometimes you won't. A lot of them you won't, so totally okay. But I did have this was one of those, this princess themed washi tape I had, and so because it matched, it was a perfect time to use it. And I love these Paige Evans hearts, these charms. I'm gonna have to get 1 or 2 more packs of them because I've already almost used all of them, and I absolutely adore them. They are so cute. I just did a tag there and then just tied it, and it's hanging from the tag. There's a cute little heart there on the tag that I put some bling on. This is also a great time to use up some of my bling again, and just because it just fits with the princess theme. I did a lot of stamping. I just pulled out all my Disney like magic themed stamps because I had an Ellie Edwards one and then a couple Disney themed ones and a couple like date and phrase roller stamps, and I just pretty much made myself just stamp on every single one of them before I put it in the pile, and I also misted a lot as well. So here I did like a roller stamp there, and then I did a stamp there, and then just some embellishing with the, is that the bronze, or white gold, or, that might be, I'm trying to think of what line that was from. Anyway, really cute. This one I love because when I saw this paper, I was like, that has to be bell paper. So this is Maggie Holmes. No, it's not. Is this Maggie Holmes? Or is this Paige Evans? I actually think this is Paige Evans. And I think, yes, it is. It's the new Paige Evans line. And I love it. And I just used the background paper for what it would, for what it was. And really it didn't end up being too busy, I don't think. I did enough layering of other things underneath the photos to separate it a little bit. I layered a bunch of papers. I used a lot of these glassine bags and some chipboard pieces. Some more books kind of layered in there. These cups, just because I thought that worked well with the movie. Some tags up here, some charms with some twine, and a little tag down here with another charm and twine, and then I journaled down there. And then I have a accompanying page. Let me see if I can just get you close up here. Okay, and then I have a page that goes with this, I think. Nope, that's it actually. Oh, yep, nope, it's here. This side. So this is just the rest of the photos from that experience. And I just used pocket page and then some pattern paper and then some more embellishing and some more journaling, and then just did the rest of the photos from Meeting Belle. And I said put one book over here just to kind of keep that theme flowing. And then on the back side I have these photos, so then that will go here with this layout. And this is Rapunzel, so I did 4 photos and then 2 just used pattern papers and embellished them and journaled on them, and just try to keep some similarity with color wise with what I was doing with the actual full layout itself. And then here I used the square pattern paper as the background, and then I just matted it or used it as a mat. And then I did a bunch of mixed media, and some just papers, photos, and some embellishments, and used some bling. That's how that one turned out. And then I used some washi again. So that one was fun. I really like the colors and how that one turned out. Then we have Tiana. There's not a lot of journaling on these because, they're just kind of the same story. If there was a special note I wanted to make, I would. But this one I just used, again, some mixed media in the background. I did the smooshing technique a lot because I hadn't really done that, and so I wanted to play with that a lot. I gotten these tags from, I think, Hobby Lobby. And then I used some of these bows, 3 of them here, and that one was pretty simple. And then the accompanying page is another divided page protector, those 2, and mostly photos except for just this one tag. And I backed it with some pattern paper, but then I put the tag in with one more of the gold bows, and then just did some chipboard and a little heart there. And I can go back and journal on it if I need to, but I don't think I need to. So then the back of this one is Cinderella. And I know I have a layout here. Must have gotten out of order. Let me see. I thought. Bobbity. Sorry guys, I thought I had them all together, but it must have gotten, maybe I haven't done, oh yeah, there we are. Okay, so here I have the layout, which is this really pretty blue floral. I think it was, is that Dear Lizzie? I'm not for sure. And actually, I think that's from a Hip Kit Club. But it had that really, because it's hard to find the Cinderella tone of blue. And so when I found it, I went with it. And just kind of did pink and then some black elements. And then I did this to go alongside it. And I just used that same paper that I made this banner with over here. I just cut this tag in half to put some here just to keep it across. And this had this acetate that kind of brought in some of the other colors that were showing up, which was like the pink and the yellow, and thought that was fun. And then this kind of reddish color that my daughter was wearing. I kind of feel like now looking at this, I need to get some more of this darker pinkish red over here somewhere. So I might make that adjustment when I'm putting these away. Maybe just add a couple enamel dots or something that are a tad darker. I did do a couple of these over here that were darker, but I feel like I need something else that's in that darker range for this layout over here. So possibly do that. Okay, I know that goes with another one. Over here for now. Okay, then I have this one. I love this paper. I used it as a background twice and didn't use the back, which I love too. And I have a question. Do any of you like scrapbook on the back? I usually don't because it limits you. If you want to move something around, then you're kind of stuck. But I'm kind of contemplating trying that every now and then. Anyway, for now, I will not, but I did use this as a background twice just because it matched my girls. Here's the other one. It matched the girls' dresses perfectly, the pink and the yellow, and they each had different tones of pinks and yellows, and so I thought it was just perfect. So this was just a before and after. So as they were waiting to do the Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique, and then after they were done, I wanted to make that comparison and just did a lot of fun layering and embellishing. And I, again, used one of these charms, which I just love. And some of the metallic elements and some bling. And here's one more from that day. This was just before actually they knew that we were going. So I told the story of how I surprised them with this because they were kind of distraught. They didn't have their hair and stuff done. And I just kept telling them, we'll do it right before we go. We have a few hours. We're just going to go kill some time and go do some shopping. And then we'll do it later. And so I kind of was able to trick them into not knowing that they were going to go get all gussied up. So that was kind of fun. That might actually end up being a 2-page spread. Then I did a 2-page layout here. It's a 2-page 8.5 by 11 layout. And it looks like this is mostly Paige Evans as well. And added in some thickers from my stash. And it was just showing them, kind of a sequence showing them in the Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique room where the fairy godmother talks to him and says Bibbidi Bobbidi Boo. And I was able to get it in the mirror, the pictures of her talking to them in the mirror. So I thought that was fun. This one, I feel like I need to add something to it. Not for sure what, but I feel like this needs something more. I think that, or I think I need to take off this puffy sticker because, or put it somewhere else, because I feel like it's adding in some dimension up there that I don't. I think the reason I did it was because it was adding in kind of some of these colors up here. But I think I'm going to actually, well, I'll keep it there for now. We'll see. I might change it. See, I'm already changing my mind. We'll see. I might. Those are nice. They come up nicely. Like, they don't ruin your paper if you want to peel them up, but they also stick nicely. I really like them as embellishments, the puffy stickers. But this was just another one. These were actually taken by the photographer, the Disney photographer, and I just thought they were like kind of breathtaking shots of my girls. Actually, before they had anything done, they were actually my favorite. Just them with, you know, just their beautiful faces and smiles, and I just loved those pictures. So this one might actually not even go into Disney. This might actually just go into an album about them. We'll see what happens. Because there's so many pictures from that, you know, event, that this one definitely has a more Disney feel to it. And a lot of times if if they're pictures of us meeting the main Disney characters, they will definitely feel more Disney. I love how this turned out. I got this sticker pack at Hobby Lobby. It's like the only sticker pack I've actually found that I like that's Disney themed. And it had this really pretty blue, and it worked perfect because my daughter was wearing the same. It's kind of, I guess, like a minty green, and she was wearing a slightly lighter version of that color, but I thought that was a perfect way to use that. And so I just had a lot of fun. Love this paper. I think this is from, is that Maggie Holmes? No. Trying to remember what line that was. I think I worked with a Fancy Pants line too, I think. See, I don't know why I can't remember this stuff because it was only a week ago. Anyway, I'll think of it, I think, as I see the line more. But anyway, super fun paper. I love this yellow splatter that was on there already, and I just took advantage of those colors and added in the reds and the blues. We bought a bunch of tissue paper at Hobby Lobby, and this is tissue paper, and so I used that a lot in a lot of these layouts. Again, did some stamping, cluster down here, used some fun jewels and things. This is probably one of my favorites. There was a line that like had, oh yeah, it was Fancy Pants. It was is it Joy Parade? I used up almost that entire collection. The only part of it I didn't use up was stuff that was super birthday party themed, but I used up a lot of that. This one's 8.5 by 11. Photo of my daughter, and just kind of went with a lot of brighter colors, did some tucking in of embellishments. Again, some tissue paper that I found that matches a lot of these lines perfectly, and some chipboard frame from one of the Simple Stories Disney collections, some enamel shapes. So lots of fun. That was about how the first thing she bought at a gift shop was a journal, and she started journaling right away about the trip. And then there's this one. I think this is mostly all Joy Parade as well, and I used up a ton of that collection, because I know that was the flare was from that, the paper was from that. These are from Hobby Lobby, but this was from that sticker sheet. There was 2 there, as well as the camera. And this is not my favorite layout, but it's cute. I really like this paper. The pictures aren't that great. They were in a shaded area, and so I wanted to help pull out the colors of the photo, and so I used brighter photos. So there's that one. There's this one. I also used up mostly all of a Chamel, the Go Now Go collection, and it was just a great collection for, like, I had some pictures in hotel rooms, and because hotels often have those kind of more fall toned colors or whatever, it worked out really nicely. And so this one I just did lots of layering and fun goodies. I used all the luggage tags on these pages, and there's a lot of obviously travel themed, and we were also it was October, so the fall feel of them actually went okay as well. But just use a lot of these cute hearts, the puffy hearts, and the buttons, some of the word stickers, and just had a lot of fun with that. Cute suitcases there. Okay. They're 8.5 by 11, and just love this one. Again, use tissue paper and just a card. Kept this one pretty simple, and then this is actually packaging. Used a couple tags and just some random little stickers and a flare. Pretty easy peasy, but just was a cute photo of my daughter eating cotton candy while we're waiting for the Festival Fantasy Parade, so that was fun to do. I like to do a mix of 8.5 by 11 because I think that makes the album really fun when the album has a bunch of different sizes throughout. This one here, again, more Chamel, and just kind of went, well, I kind of stayed here, but then I did a little crazy thing up there because the airplane was super cute. I should probably put a couple enamel dots down here just to kind of keep this going here. We'll see. But just a lot of layering and just fun goodies. I love the colors. and the colors went well with the picture because it was about how we were on our way to the airport and how exciting that was. So this one is not my favorite, but I kind of felt like I had no choice. So I had that Joy Parade line, and it had a whole bunch of vintage, like, technology pieces, and I felt like when we went to 50s Primetime Cafe, like, I had to use them all because that's exactly what the place was about, and these stickers were perfect, and then I just wanted to somehow get all of those on this page, and I could have probably done it differently, but I also wanted to use all 3 photos because I didn't want it to span more than one page, and so it's not my favorite, but it's still cute. This paper is from the Fancy Pants Joy Parade. I just layered a bunch of the different journaling cards and journaled about our experience there. And just a lot of the icons worked perfectly, so I used them, and it's all good. It tells the story, and it... Okay, this is not Disney. This is actually just a couple photos that I printed off with my Instax printer. And just took them actually a couple weeks ago, and just love. This was actually I think almost all Dear Lizzie, and I just love these fun photos of my daughter with drumsticks, and I just did some fun contrast again with really fun colors on the black and white, and then did the same up here, and then used some of the brads and buttons and the clip there. So that was a lot of fun. Back to Disney. I was kind of getting low on my Chamel line here, but I really wanted to use up some of the softer elements in the line. I didn't buy a whole lot of that collection, but I thought this pink paper was perfect for this photo, which was kind of a lighter, softer photo. But I really wanted to document how excited my youngest daughter was to fly and how she talks about it all the time now. So I just layered this photo over a photo that we'd taken from the window, and I cut out these cameras from that camera paper, which I love, and then interspersed some clouds and some stars, and some other little embellishments, hearts and things. Use some a glassine element here, this airplane cloud paper, and then just brought it together. Again, the cameras had lots of different colors, and so that helped it all work together, because then I had this more sky blue, but then I had this aqua blue that was showing up in the different cameras, and then a globe there as well. And then this journal down here, I did some splattering. And then this one, just pictures from the airplane. I don't do very well when I have 3 or 4 photos. I do way better with 1 or 2. And this is okay. I just kind of layered the photos and then just did some layers of paper and embellishments. But they're never my favorite. When I go over more than 2 photos, they tend to not be my favorite, which is why I really like to do the layout plus a divided page protector process. Works so much better for me. But anyway, I like how it turned out. It's cute. Just I struggle with 3+ photos. And that's more Chamel, just photos of us in the shuttle, and just put let's go, and went with that, and did some layering underneath, and some fun, we were laughing because we made Dad put on her Tinkerbell sunglasses, so the glasses worked perfectly there, and we just did some embellishing up towards the top, and then over here. I cannot get the journaling sections out of those luggage tags, so I didn't even journal on them. I just kept them as they were, which is okay. But here I have kind of a 2-page spread that will go together. Sorry, we're not even there. So I have this 8.5 by 11, and I really did not think I was going to use this paper from Paige Evans. Is it Pink Paisley? Is that right? Pink Paisley? Yeah. But it ended up being perfect for this story, and the colors were perfect because they had blue, pink, and purples, and it was perfect. So I just used it as a background and then layered up some papers, did some fun embellishing there. That line, the sticker pad had nail polish and stuff, so that just really fit the story perfectly. So I took advantage of that, and then just did some accompanying photos in this divided page protector, putting some more of the elements inside these pockets. And then also the back is all photos. I took a ton of photos. I bought all the photos that the PhotoPass photographer took, and I did get rid of some, but I wanted to use most of them. Now this one here, which was, I did a reveal page for each of my daughters. This was my oldest reveal, and she's a little older than most kids that go to Bibbidi Bobbidi, but she really enjoyed being Belle. And we got in her kind of a more like grown-up type of Belle dress. It was more of a sundress, not like a kid's princess dress, but she just really had fun getting her nails done and her makeup and hair, and I loved seeing how these photos progressed. And so I just did them across here, and then I just did some layering underneath, and then just did some embellishing above and below, and some stamping. So love that one. And again, colors were perfect, the pink and the yellow combination for these particular photos because of their dresses, and then the sashes they got were that light pink. Here's one using, I think, mostly all Dear Lizzie again, and this one I struggled with a little bit, but I like how it turned out. Really love this beautiful navy blue paper, and it just brought out, you know, it was just perfect for these photos because of the navy blue in the photos. I actually just cut a strip of the cut apart sheet and just used that as though it was like a pattern paper, and like how that turned out. That was really kind of fun because it just gave me some other pinks and blues to work with and use those then to embellish. I did a bag here where I actually have a tag. If you pulled it out, there's one more photo in there, and that was fun, and some flowers and different things to embellish. This is from Maggie Holmes. Look close up here. So I should probably do this with each of them so you can see stuff better, but I have to get up on a stool every time I do it, so it's not as easy as it should be. This one, I love the colors, but I feel like it needs something else. I don't know. Maybe just some enamel dots or some splatter mist, maybe. But love how these patterns ended up working together, and even the washi tape. I love, this was actually this was like, we made a kit, at our last day there, we made a kit using multiple paper lines, and so I know there's some, I don't know if it's Fancy Pants or, I don't remember what line it's from, but yeah, so these are from a variety of different lines, and then flare there, and some die cuts and brads, or flat-backed brads. So I'm not for sure what all lines these are from. I know there's some Dear Lizzie, some Fancy Pants, I think. And then this one I think is all Dear Lizzie. And, oh, hopefully you guys can see okay, because I think my camera's battery is dying, so hopefully the light will still be okay. I'm gonna have to hurry here. So this was just a really fun photo of the girls sleeping, and I just took the colors in the photo and then used those, the blues and the pinks, and the word dream was perfect, so sweet, and the flare. Just did some tags and some buttons, camera, some mixed media, smushing. And this one here, I really like how this one turned out. Just used the colors in our shirts and stuff, and it just worked really well with these papers. And this is again the homemade, kind of the homemade kit we made with stuff that we had on hand. Some stamping, use these flat-backed brads, some cameras, tags, some little hearts there, mix of Dear Lizzie, and some other products, I think. So one of my favorites, this is from the kit that we made, and I love this one a lot. Just a lot of fun colors and elements, and I smushed, and lots of layers, then some layers over here, and then I did a black around. It's probably one of my favorites. Told you I made a lot of layouts, you guys, sorry. This is Goofy. Again, back to like the more Disney-ish colors, and just did lots of fun layers and elements and embellishments, and it's a little bit up there. Use some old ribbon. And this one has some of the softer colors. This particular day they wore like a light yellow and a light pink, and then you had the blue of the castle, and just did some smushing in the background, and then just kind of went this way, and then did a little cluster up there. And then I have some of these on hand from a long time ago. These Mickey bling, and thought that was perfect. Oh my gosh, you guys, it's never ending. I might have to do a second video if my camera doesn't make it. Okay. This one, just some more from the actual park right before the Halloween party. They have Tinkerbell, and so I used some of the Magic and Believed Simple Stories themed wood veneers, and just did some of the brighter colors in the background to match their dresses. Some tags from Hobby Lobby, a heart that's already fallen, and some flat-backed brads, some enamel dots. Some goodies there. One more, and I used a tassel along with one of the hearts here, and then some of these embellishments that look like glass. One of the Maggie Holmes butterflies, and some wood dots. I'm going to show you the details of this. Love that. Okay, so there's that. And then 8.5, and then this is actually Valentine's. It's an old basic gray Valentine's line, and I actually scrapbooked a recent Valentine's Day picture of my girls, and just did some layering and clustering around that. It's a J'adore or something. I think basic gray's last Valentine's line. It's really pretty, kind of vintage, darker colors and tones. 8.5 by 11. And one more 8.5 by 11 of an older picture of me in my baptism. And just kind of, again, went by the colors. And there was different blues and blacks and stuff. And I was ready to get away from Disney for just a little bit. And so I just kept it pretty simple and embellished around the photo. And then did like a diagonal couple of strips here along with the sticker. And there we go. So I think that was like probably 45-ish layouts that I did. Some of those obviously not last weekend. Some of those are from the last few months. But thank you so much for watching. I hope that this video is okay because I know my battery is dying. But hopefully you guys got some inspiration or some ideas, and I'll be back soon. I have more layouts to show from my last Kit Love series, which I'm still working with, the Big Maggie Holmes Mega Kit, and still working with that, and then I'll be back for layout share from that kit too. So thank you so much for watching, and happy scrapping. Bye-bye.